Okay, number 2 of crazy Christian conspiracy theories that I used to believe that I no longer believe in. And here are the books on against Freemasons. So number 2 is Freemasons, Illuminati, Bilderbergers, Bohemian Grove, G7, G10, IMF, Lucifer Rising, Planned Initiation for the World We Choose, David Rockefeller, etc., etc., etc. Forgetting the names now. When you stop reading this stuff, highly factual, technical stuff, you kind of forget the main characters. Apparently Arafat back then was Henry Kissinger. Sorry, see, I'm just getting so lost and confused. Apparently back then, Henry Kissinger was going to be the Antichrist 666 back of the beast, Satan. And he's probably not anymore. I have no idea if he's still alive, I'm sorry. But anyway, here's the books. Warning. Second warning is, better than Nostradamus and PS. And yes, I still have them from the 80s. I grew up on these and I bought into these and I read them and I memorized them and I believed every page word for word is equal to the Bible. And I was under the impression that you follow along in these books when you're going through the book of Revelation, and it explains it clearly and tells you who the Antichrist is going to be and etc, 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 and nonsense, and I don't believe any of it anymore. How dare you say that? You're a heathen now. Yeah, I am. So there's the evil checkerboards in the Masonic Lodge, and the police force have them in the UK. So the UK are run by Freemasons, and if a Freemason murders someone and the judge is a Freemason, then the judge has to let him off because they're both from the same lodge or whatever. If that was true, then please arrest all the judges that are caught doing that when they do their hand signals, whatever the hand signals are. Anyhow, so I just want to read a quote from Second Warning 96. This is supposedly written by Albert Pike, Sovereign Pontiff of Universal Freemasonry. That which we must say to the crowd is we worship a God, but it is the God which one adores without superstition. To the Sovereign Grand Inspectors General we say this, and you may repeat it to the brethren of the 32nd, 31st, and 30th degrees. The Masonic religion should be by all of us initiates maintained in the purity of the Luciferian doctrine. Lucifer! If Lucifer were not God, would Adonai bother to spread false and harmful statements about him? Yes, Lucifer is God. Unfortunately, Adonai is also God. For the eternal law is that there is no light without shade, no beauty without ugliness, no white without black, for the absolute can only exist as two gods, blah, blah, blah. Sounds legit. In a legit book. Legit. At the time, it was a legit book. Okay, fine. So then, 20 years later, you do a simple Google search, and I've come across the Taxil hoax. And the Taxil hoax was an 1890s hoax of exposure by Leo Taxil intended to mock not only Freemasonry but also the Catholic Church's opposition. And if you click on the link to the Luciferian quote, it is a series of paragraphs about Lucifer frequently associated with the Taxil hoax, and there's the quote there. So basically The real Leo Texel's real name was Marie Joseph Gabriel Antioni Jogan Page, or whatever, who had been accused earlier of libel regarding the book he published called The Secret Loves of Pope Pius IX, published in April 1884. So the whole thing is basically just a hoax. The whole Freemasons are evil. They block out their windows because they don't want people looking in the windows to seeing their human sacrifices. And do I still believe that they have the rope strapped around their neck when they go up to the 3rd degree? I have no idea what happens. I mean, it's the modern day. Why doesn't these conspiracy nuts become Freemasons, undercover Freemasons, and find out for themselves what happens? It's probably really boring in real life. What they actually do is like drink tea and have scones, you know? So, I mean, it's hard to explain how wicked I used to think they were. How people were told to burn, especially Barry, told to burn their old Freemason gowns and secret underwear. No, that's Mormons. Whatever. All the skull and the the compass and the square. I'm forgetting all the information because I haven't read these books in years. So yeah, I mean, I just don't believe any of that anymore. It's just wrong. For the theory was that if you're a Freemason, then you're cursed by God, and your wife and children are cursed by God, your finances are cursed by God, and that the only way out of Freemasonry is to be set free by Jesus Christ. Oh shit. I'm sorry. The Diary of a Freemason. So yeah, basically this book is about how Jesus Christ set him free from being a Mason. Is this book fictional? Is it a conspiracy thing? Is this guy David W.M. Vaughan, was he telling the truth? I have no idea. This salute to the sun. I don't know. I have no idea whether this stuff is true or not anymore. I just don't believe any of it. There's full of testimonies of people that were Freemasons and now they aren't anymore. From page 109 in the book. Then came the revelation that the last word was the real name of the true and living God Most High, Yah Bul On. This, I was informed, was a composite word consisting of 3 parts, Yah, Bul, and On. Yah, the God of Israelites, Baal, or Baal, the God of Assyrians, and On, who's Osiris, one of the hierarchy of the gods of Egypt. Is any of that true? Who bloody knows? Who bloody cares? I don't believe any of this stuff anymore. Why do you keep the books? I don't know why. I don't know why I keep the books. This is just crazy. This is just, yeah, I was brainwashed. That's my whole point. I was brainwashed to believe in things that are conspiracy theories, that aren't based in fact, that have had no research done on them. Barry should have figured out way back then that the quote he was using was a hoax, and I know the internet wasn't around, but there must have been other ways of getting to the source material. I don't know. So there is a page on Wikipedia about conspiracy theories. It's called the New World Order Conspiracy Theory, and you scroll down, there's end times theories, and then there's Freemasonry, and I'll read the the Wikipedia chapter on Freemasonry. This is the conspiracy theory of Freemasonry. It's one of the world's oldest secular religions that arose in the late 16th century in Britain. Over the years, a number of allegations and conspiracy theories have been directed towards Freemasonry, including the allegation that Freemasons have a political agenda and are conspiring to bring about a new world order. A world government organized according to Masonic principles and are to be governed only by Freemasons. The esoteric nature of the Masonic symbolism and rites led to Freemasons being accused of secretly practicing Satanism in the late 18th century. The original allegation of a conspiracy within Freemasonry to subvert religions and governments in order to take over the world. So there you go. It wasn't Pinky and the Brain that started that. It was Freemasons. Of course, traces back to Scottish author John Robinson, whose reactionary conspiracy theories crossed the Atlantic and influenced outbreaks of Protestant anti-Masonry in the United States during the 19th century. In the 1890s, French writer Leo Taxil wrote a series of pamphlets and books denouncing Freemasonry and charging their lodges with worshipping Lucifer as the supreme being and the great architect of the universe. Despite the fact that Taxil admitted that his claims were all a hoax, they were still, and are still, believed and repeated by numerous pastors, preachers, ministers, King James only evangelists, conspiracy nut jobs, and a huge influence on subsequent anti-Masonic claims about Freemasonry. Blah, blah, blah. So in reality, they're probably like a teetotaling chess club or something. It's just that they've been given one of the worst reputations of any chess club / organization. Wouldn't that be cool? That would bring the younger generation back into playing chess. If you shut up. So, what do I believe myself now that I'm out of the brainwashed mentality? Like I just said, that it's just a club. Who cares what they do? Go play chess. I don't care. Okay, one of the other accusations is that the Illuminati, I'll call it the Illuminati Conspiracy Theory 1, which is the one that I grew up on. The modern Illuminati conspiracy, which I'll call the Illuminati Conspiracy 2, is much more cuckoo, gaga, goo-goo, nut job, wacko than the one I was raised on. Isn't that weird? So something that got bizarre, out of hand, eventually became more bizarre and out of hand, and I guess all of these will. The lies you can make up about something that doesn't exist can go as bizarre, cuckoo, wacko as you want. So I'll read about the real Illuminati, and then I'll tell you what I was told to believe about it. The Order of the Illuminati was an Enlightenment age secret society founded by Adam Weishaupt, a professor, on the 1st of May 1776 in Upper Bavaria, Germany. And that's how the Great Seal got on the American $1 bill from Germany. Okay, doesn't make sense. Never mind. The movement consisted of advocates for free thought, secularism, liberalism, republicanism, and gender equality. Gender equality, folks. Way back in May 1776. And it's only just happening now, 1876, 1972. Nearly 300 years later. I can't math. You do maths. I don't do maths. Recruited from the German Masonic lodges who sought to teach rationalism through mystery schools. The order was infiltrated and broken up and suppressed by the government agents of Charles Theodore, Elector of Bavaria. In the late 18th century, reactionary conspiracy theorists such as Scottish physicist John Robinson and French Jesuit priest Augustin Burrell began speculating that the Illuminati had survived their suppression and become masterminds behind the French Revolution. I didn't know that, and the Reign of Terror. The Illuminati were accused of being subversives who were attempting to secretly orchestrate a revolutionary wave in Europe and the rest of the world in order to spread the most radical ideas and movements of enlightenment, anti-clericalism, anti-monarchism, anti-patriarchalism, whatever the hell that is. Anti-patriarchy? I don't know. And to create a neocracy and cult of reason. During the 19th century, fear of an Illuminati conspiracy was a real concern of European ruling classes, and their oppressive reactions to this unfounded fear provoked in 1848 the revolution, the very revolutions they sought to prevent. So that's when Enlightenment and anti-establishment, anti-disestablishmentarianism, etc. happened. Secular humanism. So that's what it really is. It's just secularism, free thinking, outside of the boundaries of the church walls. But as Bill said, well, that's the fact of what they are. The free thinking, free thought, free power, self-sustaining power, whatever the word is. But the conspiracy theory is that if you want to get high up in Satanism, you've got to join the Illuminati through Freemasonry. Once you become a 90th degree Freemason, then you're able to join the Illuminati, and therefore gives you permission to tell Donald Trump what to do because you're a higher ranking Mason than he is. What? Whatever. You're a higher Illuminati member than him, so therefore you've got more power, and so you tell him what to do. Makes sense to me. So in order for Bill to join the Illuminati, he had to have sex with an angel. He had to marry an angel. And he's yet to tell us whether that angel was male or female or non-binary. Then he has to tell us why he had homosexual sex with a male angel if he preaches against homosexuality. Then he has to explain why he had sex with a female angel if the angel was female, while he was married to his second wife. And is polygamy part of Christianity now? Because you're having sex with an angel and your wife at the same time. Nothing. None of the Illuminati conspiranoid theories make any sense. And if the angel was non-binary, then why did he accept a non-binary person back then, angel back then, and doesn't believe that non-binary people exist today? Conspiracy theories are very confusing. Anyway, so tune in next week. We're next going to do part 2 of this, and we're going to do the modern view of Freemasonry. These, back then, Freemasons were just evil people, but the new theory that's come out since these books were published and since I was believing in that crap is that Freemasons are part of the one world government and they're trying to take over the world. Of course, and he's going to look at the silliest anti-Freemason stuff post this material. So tune and watch that. Thanks for watching. Bye.